Okay, here we are back in Legend Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel 3. With the prologue behind us, let's proceed. Well, that was a pretty big time skip.
Ha! Cha! Ha! Yeah! Ha!
Okay, all set. We said we'd walk to school together, and she just up and leaves while I'm still asleep.
That's because you're annoying, Yuna.
Dad, Mom, Ken, and Nana,
And Mishi.
wish me luck. I'm gonna give it my all. I won't lose to any of these Imperials!
Ha! Yeah! Strike! Not bad. I simply need more experience. Despite all the battles we went through yesterday, he was never short of breath.
And still full of hot air.
The 8 Leaves, 1 Blade School. It's impressive to be sure, but nothing compared to what Father Mueller and Uncle Zex can do. I suppose the Ashen Chevalier simply relies on the power of his Divine Knight. Oh,
Good morning.
Good morning, Yuna. I take it you're headed out as well?
Yeah. Are you all done with your training? It's pretty impressive how you do all that every single day.
Well, it's something I've been doing from a very young age, so it's just part of my morning routine.
I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry about before.
Huh?
You know, when I slapped you. I know it wasn't your fault, and I shouldn't have gotten so angry. It was childish of me.
Ah, that. I'd like to apologize too, but have you been wanting to say that for the past 2 weeks? Considering how much you dislike Erebonians, it's very thoughtful of you.
I don't dislike the people here. Yeah, I've got my problems with the country, but this is between people. When I mess up, I make sure I apologize. Especially considering what I said about your swords. I mean, you practice every day, and...
Ah, right.
And they'll be way more useful than a couple of weapons as old as the Great Collapse.
don't worry about that. Besides, like I said, my training is just part of my morning routine. Out of curiosity, is everyone from Crossbell like you?
No, some of them are not annoying.
Huh? Like me, how?
Oh, I don't mean to offend. Very straightforward and good-hearted. Probably the type to be easily tricked.
Hey! Wanna run that by me again?
And slow.
Like I said, I don't mean to offend. I'm glad to have a classmate like you whom I can trust. Though I don't know if I can trust your skills just yet.
You're a real piece of work. Well, let's start over. Glad to be your classmate, Kurt.
Hello, you two. Good morning.
Altina? I thought you left for school already.
I received a routine status call early this morning. I didn't want to wake you, so I took it in the study room. If I disturbed you as I was leaving, I apologize.
No, I was out like a light. But wait, what do you mean, routine status call?
Sorry, that is confidential.
Well, in any event, it's nearly time to head to class. We're all in the same class anyway, so why don't we walk together?
I do not mind, but I believe the correct term for my presence would be a third wheel. Judging by what I've seen, your relationship has progressed.
Our relationship? What? No, that's not what's going on.
She certainly words things in a distinct way.
The writing in the game so far is just so damn bad. I'm hoping it improves.
Leaves is such a nice place. I can't get enough of this homey atmosphere. It's so peaceful and laid back. And it's got some great shops.
Agreed. It's a good halfway point between rural and urban. We're just the right distance away from Heimdall.
The previous owners of this land were a noble family. After they lost ownership of it, the government attempted to convert it into a resort. However, that plan fell through. It's said the half-finished buildings from that were used to create the campus.
Well, you sure do know a lot.
I suppose that explains why the branch campus is so large.
All that aside, I didn't think the Empire's military academies would be this tough. I get combat training and practical exams, but math, history, even art? Isn't this workload way beyond what you'd have at a regular high school?
Well, here in Erebonia, the pen and the sword are both held in high regard. Especially at Thors. It's a prestigious traditional school founded by our most notable emperor. That legacy won't change simply because this is a branch campus.
However, it seems the main campus has changed significantly this year.
Ah, yes.
Huh? I don't get what you guys are talking about, but looks like we're gonna have to give it 110% here. Let's kick all the other classes' butts.
Well, if you say so. However, most of our lessons are held with the other two classes anyway.
Homeroom is the only one we have without them.
Oh, right. I guess it makes sense given the small number of students, but that means Class 7.
Well, well, if it ain't the chosen ones strutting off to class together.
You're...
I think he's in Class 8.
Good morning. Is there something we can help you with?
Nope, not a thing. Just wanted to get a little peek at the class taught by the hero of Erebonia. Class 7, huh? I'm sure the view's just great from up on that pedestal of yours.
Sorry to disappoint, but we're being treated the same as any other students.
Yeah, it's not like things are going to be different for us just because our instructor's famous.
Oh yeah? Then why'd they go out of their way to make such a small class? A little kid who's clearly too young to be here. Some rich pretty boy with fancy hair. Oh, and a loud, unruly foreigner from some sob story country. Oops, my bad. Not a foreigner anymore, huh?
All right, we understand. You're a tough guy. but that's quite enough. If you have more to say, I'd be happy to talk with you further, after school.
Not bad. You've got more spine than I gave you credit for. But the one I've got business with is...
I'm so happy to see everyone getting along.
Oh,
She's from Class 9, Military Finance.
Good morning to you all. The weather is just splendid, isn't it? But if you spend too much time out here chatting, the bell will ring before you know it.
True.
you all done messing with us?
Me? I'm not here to mess with you. Well then, see you around.
I hope you all have a lovely day. I'll see you again for the classes we have together.
What's that blonde guy's problem? I can't believe they let some punk like him into a military academy.
He obviously had some issue with those of us in Class 7. No, not us exactly, but...
Oh, shoot!
We better hurry, or we'll be late to homeroom.
You're right. Let's get moving.
Whew. Hard to believe it's been 2 weeks already.
It warms my heart to see all the students trying their best. The classwork here is much more difficult than at the main campus, so I'm sure it's tough on them.
Yeah. Then on top of that, training exercises were added onto their curriculum. We didn't have anything like that at the main campus. Thors branch campus. I think I'm starting to understand what the government's trying to do here.
Oh, but I don't think that's the only reason for this place. In keeping with Thor's tradition, we'll also have those days to look forward to.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be a relief for them. I'll tell my students about them after school, alongside the club announcement.
Got it. Thanks for taking care of that. Well then, Instructor Reen, let's give it our all today.
Likewise, Instructor Toa.
Chapter 1 Reunion. First period math. What a way to start the day.
This is the formula. You will need it when calculating trajectory. Make sure you commit it to memory.
Second period political economics.
This is known as Gross Domestic Product, or GDP for short. By the way, the GDP of the Empire of Erebonia rose 42% last year compared to 2 years ago.
Annexation does that. Third period field training.
Today's task is walking. Sounds easy, right? Well, let me tell you, it won't be. We'll be marching, so I need to see perfect posture and formation while armed. Even combat tactics got worn out by this.
Fourth period Erebonian history.
The War of the Lions.
This is important.
Said to be the largest turning point in the history of the Empire. The end of this war brought us to our modern era. Today, we'll be looking into the events leading up to the war that caused it to develop the way it did.
The way he explains it, it's actually pretty easy to understand.
An interesting perspective.
Oh, I see. I'm actually learning a lot. He's so dashing.
Looks like that's it for today. How'd you guys hold up? Tired? I was prepared for the coursework to be difficult, but even so. Are you just piling more work on us just as we're getting used to the old pace? Not yet, but I may end up needing to do just that. The curriculum here at the branch campus is pretty diverse. It'd probably be a good idea to prepare yourselves for even more work down the road. If only there weren't so many lectures. Energy consumption greater than expected. Sheesh. Tomorrow is a free day, is it not? That's right. In fact, I was just about to explain. That's right. The entrance guide mentioned that, didn't it? How is it different than a normal day off? Think of free days as normal school days, but without any classes. On free days, you can study, train, or pursue one of your hobbies. If you get permission beforehand, you can even go visit Heimdall for a day. That's a lot more freedom than I expected. I figured it was going to be some rest day with a ton of rules and restrictions. That doesn't sound too bad, though. It's just one of the things that makes Thors Thors. However, though you're generally free to choose what to do, there is one mandatory task tomorrow. You'll need to choose a club to join. Really? A club? I hadn't thought there would be clubs at a school that was only just founded. It was a requirement from the principal herself. She said as long as we're using Thor's name, student clubs are a must. You'll be allowed to apply for a club as long as you have at least 2 members. We'll also see about getting your club the proper equipment. Oh, and any students who don't join a club will be put on the student council, where they'll work directly under the principal. Sounds dangerous. What is it with this place? Everyone here is too over the top. So we're being forced to choose then. We have until tomorrow, correct? Right, I recommend you start thinking about it after school today. If you need advice, feel free to talk with any of the faculty members. Remember, we're here to help you. Understood. I'd prefer just having you assign me a club. Also, regarding the new course at the end of the week. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Panzer Soldat training. That's right, the training units have arrived at the hangar. You'll be joining the combat tactics students for basic maneuvering lessons. After that, we'll discuss the special lessons, the first of which will take place this weekend. The special lessons? I was curious about those. There's likely no point in us asking about them now, is there? Sorry, but now even us instructors have been filled in on it. Anyway, focus on tomorrow for now. Think of it as a day to spread your wings and lift your spirits. That concludes homeroom. Can I have you lead the class here, Altina? Understood. So that's the rise bow
Stand.
thing?
Bow.
Yes. First floor, instructor's room. Tomorrow is the free day, so we're free to badmouth the students to our heart's content. It is essentially a free day for us faculty members as well. However, I'd like you all to join a briefing at 3 p.m. A briefing? Starting to sound real military in here all of a sudden. Is it perhaps about... That's correct, the special lessons that will be held next weekend. I see. That's the only info we're getting for now, eh? If it's this top secret, I'm guessing it's gotta be bigger than even Panzer Soldat training. All the students will be joining in for these lessons, correct? Correct. Without exception, all students and teachers from classes 7 through 9 will participate. Please report at 3 p.m. tomorrow to the tactical conference room in the main building. That is all for now. She's the picture-perfect model of a hard-ass RMP guy, that's for sure. Way I hear, things are only gonna get more army flavored around here. Yeah. Seems that way to me, too. That keep place, the Panzer Soldats, and that freight train. For a branch campus, this place is far too well equipped to be just some throwaway pawn. That's true. I know the main campus is renovated as well, but I wouldn't be surprised to hear that just as much mirror was spent here. What bothers me, though, is where's it all coming from? And if they're dropping that much cash here, what are they expecting in return from us? Man, what have I got myself into? Get me out of this crazy place. Instructor Randolph? Well, I mean, we can't really stop you from leaving, but... Come on now, I was just kidding around. I'm not just gonna drop my responsibilities like that. Besides, the kids in combat tactics seem like they're gonna be a fun group to work with. Anyway, I think I'll head out now. Let's both go check up on the kids, see if they need help with their big club decision. Yeah, I got it. We'll see you later. He needs to show me how to do that with the door. I can't help but feel like there's a wall between us. Really? I don't get that impression. He's easy to talk with and he seems to care for his students. No, he's definitely a great instructor. It's just a year ago I fought against one of his comrades. That was Lloyd. So I don't imagine he's got a very high opinion of me. And honestly, I can't really blame him. Reen. Anyway, I'll go check in on the students and head back to the dorm for the day. I'm sure picking a club on such short notice isn't going to be easy for them. Good point. I've said it before, but let's both keep doing our best. So I'm hoping this place is smaller than Crossbell. Now then, school's done for the day. It's got a different feeling to it than when I was a student. Kind of refreshing. Maybe I'll walk around the campus to get a feel for it. I can chat with some of the students while I'm at it. And if they got any problems or need advice, maybe I can help them out. I should also talk with the principal and other faculty members. Character tag gives you profiles, additional information on certain characters you've met. You get those through specific conversations, events, etc. So that's definitely... Quick travel's open. Square, select a location, instantly return there. This started in 0. The quick travel menu will also display locations of key events and your comrades. So you can see the exclamation point marking the events, and then the character portrait marking the character location. How did Toa get out of here? Did she hop out the window or something? Door to the tactical conference room is locked. Do I have to speak to her? It's almost time to call it a day. I trust things went smoothly for you today. Looks like you have a good grasp on this whole teaching thing. I wouldn't say that. Every day I'm reminded of just how much more I have left to learn. Just like the students, I have to keep learning and improving myself all the time. So humble. You look like you want to say something, though. There's no need to hold back on my account. I'm still having trouble wrapping my head around it. The Golden Rakshasa herself here. Do you find it funny, too? Seeing me in such a mundane place as this after everything I've done. To be honest, I've been feeling weaker ever since we lost the Civil War. Though I was still somehow able to accomplish my role last autumn. The Northern War? Our invasion of the autonomous state just north of the Empire, North Ambria. It was a war of retaliation against the Northern Jaegers who were based there. We were all called upon by the government. You were there too, if I recall. Yes, though Valimar and I weren't put on the front lines. Honestly, I don't think we could even call what happened there a war. You and Brigadier General Wallace, commanding the Provincial Army, equipped with the most advanced Panzer soldats available. The assault in conjunction with the tank unit was relentless, and North Ambria followed the same fate as Crossbell. The same, but not quite. It would be more accurate to say it was driven to the same fate by our dear Chancellor's design. In any event, that battle was a good turning point for me. The Provincial Army was falling apart after the Civil War, but thanks to the Northern Campaign we were able to salvage it. As the Countess of my family, I'd planned to leave the army to Wallace and find myself a husband and pop out some heirs. But then for some reason I was called to be the principal here. Fate is an intriguing thing indeed. For some reason, huh? In any event, tomorrow will be our school's first free day. Relax and stretch your legs a bit, but be sure to help our students out with their club decisions. Understood. As I said, those students who don't join a club tomorrow will be forced into the student council. If there end up being too many, I'm putting you in charge of them all. I'll do my best to avoid that happening. Wasn't sure if there's going to be anything hidden in the bookshelves. It's just a closet. Can't loot it, sadly. Okay, that's the front door out. That's the second floor. What do we have here? In the library you can find many books that explain history and concepts found in Zemuria. In addition, since new books are added to the recommended reading corner every chapter, check back every so often to see if a new book catches your eye. Some books will be automatically recorded in the Books tab in your notebook after you've read them once. This way you can reread them at any time. There was an achievement for getting all of these in Cold Steel 2, if I remember. Hey, St. Ursula Medical College. So you can actually see how all the stuff is Romanized. Armorico is the same. Orcus Tower, though. I don't know if that's the bank or what exactly. Mishlam. Home of Mishi. No, I didn't want to read it again. 100 Days War, that was the Liberal Arabonia thing. Non-Aggression Pact is the End of Sky. Phantom Thief B. Blue Blanc is probably in this because I think he's in every single game. Jaeger Corps, Mercenaries for Hire. The October War is the Civil War, I guess. Yeah. Rhineford Company, that's where Elise is from. Vern. I'm trying to remember if we had any representatives of them in Crossbell, but I don't really remember anything. Zeiss Central Factory, you remember this place from Sky. Bracer Guild, hopefully you remember that from Sky. IBC is the International Bank of Crossbell, should be a remembrance of the Crossbell duo. Actually, do they mention anything about Dieter? No, they don't. The leader of the bank works for Ouroboros, so just a heads up. The Imperial Chronicle... Trying to remember if this was actually like the newspapers from Cold Steel 2. Crossbell Times special issue. Henry McDowell is the grandfather of Ellie. This was in the special chapter, or the bonus chapter of Cold Steel 2, if I remember. Okay, this is Cold Steel 1, I think. Yeah, I want to say that's Cold Steel 1. These are just your general background information. Stuff they tell you about the church is probably a lie anyway, so why bother? Calver's where we're supposed to be going in the next arc. Le Mans is where you start Sky 2, it's the head of the Bracer Guild. Remiferia, we have... I don't think there's been any real mention of this place. Like, the closest thing they mention is the St. Ursula stuff. I don't know why Le Mans listed twice. Arteria is where you'll find the church. Probably crawling with Grail Knights for all we know. So North Ambria, what all is up there other than Jaegers? Cold climate. Major disaster occurred in 1178, was turned to salt. That's referenced in Sky 3. That's where Kevin gets his arrow that kills Weissman. So yeah, the salt pile there pretty much wiped the place out, I guess. Now, some of these books actually do come into play for later segments. There's usually like a quiz, so just a heads up. And we have Tatiana here from history books, novels, children's storybooks. The library really has it all. Looking for something specific? Sorry, Tatiana, I didn't mean to surprise you like that. Instructor Rain, no, I'm the one who should be sorry. Are you just scoping the place out? Guess you're somewhat of a bookworm, huh? Yes, my father loved reading. He's the reason I got so into them. I don't just limit myself to one genre either. I like to immerse myself in all sorts of worlds and fantasies. Though I'm not too good with scary ones. I see. Well, I am the history instructor, you know. I like to think I'm pretty well versed as far as that goes, so let me know if I can help you out in any way. Of course, thank you very much. So there we go, we got information on Tatiana. What do we have in here? Wow. Whole lot of nothing. There we go. Major Irving, are those new packages? Yes, recreational equipment from Principal Le Guin's household has arrived. She thought they might help the students decide on their extracurricular activities. She did all this just for the clubs? I'm impressed. In addition to the recreational equipment, Principal Le Guin is personally footing the bill for a number of things. Though it's true this academy is heavily funded by the imperial government, those funds are limited to things that are deemed necessities. Bureaucrats in action, I tell you. Now, this club equipment she bought would be considered essential, but this is the Golden Rakshasa we're talking about here. Nothing is going to stand in her way. Though there's no stopping her, I can at least control the funds to some extent. I see. Major Irving of the RMP. Works for the government, but he's really business-minded. It's really different from Major Claire, even though they're colleagues. So, no new profile for him. Okay, so the left stick is what locks the camera. Or snaps it, I should say. Okay, I didn't think that would be outside, but let's go upstairs. We'll start at the far end. Our room's locked.
What?
You're telling me you're no interested in trains? It's not that I'm not interested, but then that's no excuse. Let's start up the train club. We'll experience all the pleasure the trains can bring, just the two of us. It doesn't get any better than that. I mean, that might be true for you, but if I remember correctly, the two of them are in military finance.
Hello!
Instructor Reen? Perfect timing. Back me up, will you? If you're a real man of the Empire, you should always pick trains. A real man of the Empire? Is that true? Pretty sure it's not a requirement, no. Kyrie just needs a wee little push. The more he listens, the more he'll understand the beauty of trains. Isn't that called brainwashing? So there we go, we got entries for them.
I'm
true?
a proud Erebonian man.
Oh god, I hate that voice. Okay, both of those are art room doors. You're from Combat Tactics. Are you staying late to study?
Oh, Instructor Schwarzer.
Yes, I cannot allow myself to leave my studies unfinished. That's admirable. By the way, have you chosen your club yet? Yes. I'm not good at swimming, so I think about joining the swimming club. Challenge yourself to things you aren't good at. I'm very impressed. You're very mature for your age. Oh no, I'm simply doing it in order to better myself. But I heard at the main campus they've gotten rid of free days and clubs. I'm a bit concerned that we are not following the main campus's example. I understand your point, but we here at the branch campus have our own rules and direction. I'm sure that even though you don't realize it now, you will be able to gain something from it someday. So please trust Principal Le Guin and us instructors. Instructor Schwarzer.
Yes, sir.
So Wayne has been added. Over here we have general teaching materials. We gotta keep that locked so the little kleptos don't steal everything. And then we have Toa here. Alright, all done here. What are you up to, Toa? Just doing a routine check on our school supplies. We don't have a clerk, so I just take care of it on the weekends. All by yourself? She's just as capable as ever. Sorry, I didn't even realize. Let me help you. It's fine. So I'm already about halfway done. Seems like we got all the supplies we could ask for, but nowhere near enough manpower. True, we don't even have anyone in charge of the nurse's office. Between the upcoming Panzer Soldat training and special lessons, we're definitely gonna need someone on call. I suppose we'll all just have to take turns for the time being. I know a little bit of first aid, but don't push yourself too much. If there's anything I can help you with, just let me know, okay? Thanks, Reen. Oh, there's something I could use your help with, come to think of it. Here. Student notebooks. These are the student notebooks for Class 7. Yeah, they were just finished today. Sorry it took so long. Can I get you to hand these out? Of course. Out of curiosity, why did Class 7's notebooks take so long? I thought Major Michael was supposed to be in charge of preparing these. I asked him about that, and the upcoming special lessons seem to be different for each class, so each class has a slightly different notebook based on its curriculum. Class 7's notebooks were just pushed back because it has the least people in it. I see, well I'll go hand these out. What are these special lessons all about? Receive the student notebooks. Sorry for adding to your workload. No, as their homeroom teacher, I'm the one who's supposed to pass these out. Actually, this takes me back to when we were students. You're right, this is kind of nostalgic. Well then, thanks for your help, Reen. Just leave it to me. I hope they're still on campus. Guess I'll take a look around. So we can go up even higher. What's out here? Balcony, I imagine? Can we not talk to her? Extracurricular activities? What a pain. She's from military finance. And if memory serves, a native of North Ambria as well.
Can I help you?
Instructor Schwarzer? Yeah. I was wondering if you decided on a club yet. If it's okay with you, I'd like to talk. I'll pass. I'm not obligated to tell you anything whether I'm struggling or not. I advise you use the other students to boost your instructor evaluations instead. That wasn't why. Never mind, sorry to bother you. So, she's very friendly. Clubhouse, what do we have in here? Okay, this place is looking kind of big. Empty room. Empty room. Where does this take us? Damn, that's impressive, Maya. I'm always blown away by how you can hit such a small target.
I've still got a ways to go.
It's not that impressive. And my rifle doesn't have nearly as much power as your gun. That makes sense, we got different roles after all. If I remember correctly, these two girls are in combat tactics. Hey, you two, working hard? Are you here to practice too, Instructor Reen? Maybe just on patrol? Yeah, I was doing my rounds, and I was just curious who was in here. Did you two need help with anything? If so, I'll be happy to offer some advice. Thanks for the offer. I'm doing pretty good so far. Same here, I'll let you know if anything comes up, though. Got it, see you later then. Yeah, we'll come back here eventually. So, what happens if we go up higher? Does this actually put us on the roof of the school, or...? Okay, that does. Empty room. Like, that's expensive for just 100 more hit points. Especially considering this early in the game, 300 hit... Well, this early in the game, 300 hit points is literally nothing. My major complaint about these sequel games, how everything's just so inflated from the get-go. Modern buildings and modern facilities.
This city is amazing.
Instructor Reen. Sorry, I was talking to myself. Don't worry about it. Aren't you Sandy from military finance? Your hometown was... Alster. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. Thanks for saving my home during the Civil War. It's a little embarrassing when you say it to my face like that. Alster. Prince Olivert ordered me there during the Civil War. The Jaegers had nowhere else to go and attack the town, and a lot happened. Toval and Altina, who was still an enemy at the time, helped me. It's a little surprising to hear that you were there too, though. Right? What a coincidence. I really admire everyone in the old Class 7. Instructor Reen, it's really an honor to have you as my instructor. Yes, of course. Life is full of surprises. Empty room. Jeez. This place is depressing. And not because of the empty rooms, just because of the... I won't touch that topic. Let's see if anyone else is out here, and then we'll continue looking around. Because, jeez, there's so much to do on just a day, and this one probably won't even have any fighting in it. Okay, so we can get up here this way. Cafeteria, the most important room in the school.
Yeah.
That's right, swimming club is Wayne, Leonora, and me so far.
Huh, I see.
Well, if Leonora's gonna be there then.
My.
You're so predictable, Sydney. Swimming sounds pretty good. Maybe I'll join you guys. We'd love to have you. We're gonna swim some laps today if you two want to join us. This is Sydney and Gustav from Combat Tactics and Stark from Military Finance. If I remember correctly, he's from Jurai. Anyway, it seems like they have things figured out here. That's...
This one's on me.
Wow, thank you so much.
They're both from Crossbell, if you don't recognize. You're the best, Randy. Oh, sorry, I guess I should start calling you instructor, huh? Outside of class or training, just Randy is fine. Any ideas for your club? I've been talking to the other students, but I just can't make a decision. Hoping to choose a club that'll let me move my body. Not a bad idea. I feel like that'd really suit you. I mean, let's be honest, you wouldn't really fit in a club that makes you use your head. What do you mean by that? Yuna and Instructor Randolph. Hey, Schwarzer, you here for a drink too? Huh? I'm just looking around before going home. I overheard you two talking. How do you two know each other? Don't worry, it's not some sordid, forbidden relationship. Of course it isn't. Why do you even say that? Randy? I mean, Instructor Randolph and I go way back. He really helped me out when I was... he really helped me out a lot when I was at the Crossbell Police Academy. The Police Academy, huh? Yeah, she's like a little sister to me. And who'd have guessed we'd have ourselves a little reunion here of all places? Small world, huh? I knew they were both from Crossbell, so I thought maybe... in that case, maybe Yuna knows him too. Lloyd. Man, I wish you were my instructor, Randy. But no, I ended up with this guy. Sorry for bothering you, I'll get going now. Guess I'll give her student notebook later. Oh, if you need some help figuring out what club to join, feel free to ask me. Even if I'm not your first pick for a homeroom instructor, I might be able to help out. Oh. Fine, if I get desperate, I'll ask you. I'm sure there's a reason you ended up as her instructor. Teach her well, you hear me? Got it. Now then. Such a busybody. If something comes up, I'll let you know. Yuna's here like a little sister to me, so take care of her, yeah? She's got nothing but guts and spirit, so make sure to whip her into shape. And what exactly do you mean by nothing but, Randy? It's nice to see you, Instructor Reen. You're Gina, right? Thank you for always making food for everyone. Your family runs a tavern in Leaves, right? Yes, I'm Barney's daughter. Saw some help wanted ad, so I decided to come help. Everyone's so nice. I'm having a great time here. I'm glad to hear it. Instructor Reen, I see you around here a lot during lunch, but what do you do for dinner? They make food at the dorms. If I can make it in time, I have that, but if I'm late, I'll cook something for myself. I see, so you can cook too. Though it can be troublesome at times, I always end up making the same thing. That's not good in terms of nutritional balance. I know, would you like this? Recipe book. These are recipes for the foods that the cafeteria recommends. Obtain a recipe for chunky potato salad and 3 sets of ingredients. Ingredients too? Thank you, you didn't have to do all this. It's no problem, where would the school be without its instructors? Plus, it would make me really happy if you got inspired to cook more. Understood, I'll do my best. about making food. If you have recipe ingredients, you can cook food. You can learn recipes by trying dishes at restaurants. You can also learn them from recipe books. And sometimes you get them from quests. So there's tons of places to get recipes from. I think sometimes you literally do find them lying around, too. About original dishes. When certain characters make a dish, they may make a unique dish that is different from the recipe. Depending on what dish you have them cook, they may also end up making superb food or even something downright peculiar. Be sure to experience with new party members. So here's your tab. You have to hit the touchpad to open this. And I'll try to explain stuff there. We don't have party members at the moment to really show you. So here's the recipe book. So we have the 4 different results down there, the really nice one, the dud one, and the weird one. You can see Reen's decent at making this. Then we have 3 sets of ingredients. In terms of books, we have those. Okay, so we can see quite a bit there. Jeez. Celestial Balm is how much? Wow. This stuff is so expensive. It's not fair. We want to grab this. Usually there's something for getting all the books. Sometimes the newspapers are included. Battle scopes are really expensive, but sadly I kinda do need those. If you're gonna sit down and beat down enemies, then you may not always need them, but now is a guarantee. So is there anything up there? You have to get really close to them to talk. Altina, what are you doing here? I thought you went right back to the dorm after class. Why are you here alone? Regarding tomorrow's mission during the free day, I've reached a progress block in my investigation. Are you talking about choosing a club? I attempted to reference documents in the library on the matter, however that only proved to increase the possible choices. Instructor Reen, please tell me what to choose. Sorry, Altina, I can't. Because only you can figure out what you want to do. Me? Let's make this homework. You got all day tomorrow to decide too. You can ask other students their opinions if you need to. I can give you advice too, of course. But in the end, you need to decide on your own. Join the train club, it's easy. Claim Soleil. I do not understand the purpose, but if this is an order, then so be it. I will excuse myself now. You forgot your notebook. Altina, hey. Was she just pouting now? I hope no one in town spots her writing that thing. Forgot to hand over her student notebook. Oh well, I guess I'll head back too. So now we just need to find Kurt. Okay, we were up here already. We need to go down the stairs. Okay, Kurt is most likely in there. We can tell from the minimap. Women's changing room. Very tidy for a men's changing room. Door to the pool is locked. Okay, that's also to the pool. Where does this take us? Cafeteria? Yep. Okay, so I think all that's left to do is talk to Kurt. The door's unlocked. Is someone in here? Quit picking on that scarecrow, man. What's wrong with you? Impressive stuff. Instructor Schwarzer, what are you doing here? Just passing by. It's pretty exciting to see the Vander dual blade style in person. Just a pale imitation, I'm nowhere near my father and brother. There's still much for me to learn. I know you train in your dorm, but I'm still kind of surprised to find you here in school after hours. Or does this mean that you're one of the lucky students who decided on a club to join? No, not yet, I'm afraid. Though to be frank, clubs strike me as a waste of valuable time. Time I'd rather use to better myself. How's that? I'm here to become a better swordsman, not to distract myself with extracurriculars. And every hour I spend engaging in club activities is an hour of training lost. If I really must join a club, I'd like to join whatever takes the least amount of time and energy. That's one way to look at it, a very stoic, serious way. But trust me, joining a club is hardly a waste of time. It might even make you a better swordsman. How do you mean? I saw it happen to a friend of mine. Laura. I don't remember what her friend's name is, the girl with the pink hair. The time she spent in her clubs improved her swordsmanship in more ways than one. Take the time to find a club that will help you grow. Really think about it. I'm not going to force you to join one or another, or force you to join one or anything, but if you need some guidance, I'm here. Understood. Thank you for the advice. Now, may I continue training? Right, yeah, sorry to interrupt. I can give him his stone notebook back at the dorm. When he's not playing swords. So... that's all of the class, but what else do I need to do here? I'm not able to get out of here on the ground floor. That sucks. Luckily the loading screen's fairly brief. Perhaps some kind of sports club. Swimming is nice, but I'd prefer to do something outside. There aren't any stables, so a riding club would be too hard. We could do a track club, but I want something we can all do together. I wonder what would be best. These two are from combat tactics and military finance. It's the excuse me. Hello, Instructor Reen. Hi, you two. Sound like you were trying to figure out which club to start. I'm here if you need any advice. Thank you, we appreciate it, but we're still thinking it over for now. We want to try and figure it out ourselves a little longer. Got it. If you get stuck, just let me know. So... he's not really giving a lot of advice. Just gonna call it out as I see it. That space is very inconspicuous. Sports storehouse. What is this building? Platform. It's locked. Sublime. I see, so the pens are sold at hangar as part of the research building. I really hope they didn't half-ass the mech combat. I see Professor Schmidt and Valimar at the far end. Then lined up along the wall are... Whoa! Ow, and I made a mess. Are you okay? Wait, you're... Instructor Schwarzer. Thank you so much for helping pick everything up. Don't mention it. We haven't talked since we met on the train, have we? You're right. Tita Russell.
My name's Tita Russell. I'm in Class 9, Military Finance. Nice to meet you again, Instructor Schwarzer.
Likewise. You helped navigate us through the keep the other day, right? I'm so sorry you all had to be dropped into a place like that. No need to apologize. That was definitely the professor's fault. You've been here 2 weeks now. Are you getting used to life in Erebonia yet? Yes, very much so. All my classmates are so nice, too. Right now I'm prepping the Panzer Soldats for the training exercises. Is that so? Well, thanks for working on that so soon. It's no problem at all. I've been looking forward to seeing the Empire's famous humanoid weapons. Now that I can finally get a good look at them, I'm blown away by how amazing the technology is. ZCF was also researching bipedal machinery, but the Soldat's design philosophy is so different that it's really eye-opening. ZCF stands for Zeiss Central Factory, right? It's a famous workshop in Laboral, if I recall correctly. I remember you're from Laboral, but are you related to the ZCF somehow? You could say that, yes. It's because I'm involved with them that I was able to become an exchange student here. Involved with them, if that's how you want to put it. How much longer will I need to wait for my blueprints and tools? Sorry. What you said before, what did you mean by that, Professor Schmidt? Just that the responsibility of looking after her was forced on me. By one of my fellow disciples. Wait, fellow disciples? That means... I knew the name Russell sounded familiar. That's right, Professor Russell is my grandfather. But I'm still just an apprentice myself. Well, let's see. Let's use this opportunity to see your ability to improvise. Huh? Schwarzer, do you have the sepith you got from the operation test the other day? Give it to the scroll and have her make a quartz with it. That's so sudden. Don't you think she needs to get ready first? It's okay, I got this. As a technician, I need to have these kinds of support skills. Are you sure? Then here you go. Of course. So Tita is your orbment shop. She's basically Wendy from the Crossbell games. There wasn't a dedicated one from the Sky games. And then George from Cold Steel. At factories, you can use sepith to synthesize quartz. Sepith is dropped by monsters. If you need them, go out and fight. Make any quartz at the workshop. You can use the workshop by talking to Tina and selecting Modify Orbment. Alright, I'm ready to synthesize the quartz for you. Let me know what you need.
I'll help.
Okay, so we can use the U materials to upgrade these. By doing this one, well, I can explain a little here. So generally, anything Earth element is more about defense. So if you look at all these, they give you defense. This one's decent and that gives you HP. This is like big on durability. This one even more so. Ivy Nail, this is a new spell, has a chance to poison and petrify, which is kind of cool. Thing is, it takes 3 Ivy Nails and 2 U materials to upgrade this. Crest is a defensive spell. I never use this. La Crest is AoE, so you can see this is medium area, this is extremely large. Earth Pulse is regen, or any sort of progressive healing type spell. I don't know exactly what game you're coming from to tell you what exactly it is equivalent to. It's like Regan from Final Fantasy, crud, I forgot what the other one was. Anyway, we have Poison 2, which is kind of cool in that your attacks, crafts, everything has a chance to poison enemies. I generally like having this, especially in the earlier games where this was both an effect and also contributed towards your spells. You have Needle Shoot, super rare. This requires 3 of the rares. Gives you more bonuses and still the same spell. Ivy Nail, same thing. And then Crest. So the blue water ones usually give you something involving arts. Eventually that was moved over to Space Element, and then I guess this was left with Art Defense. This also gives you HP usually. So Aqua Bleed with Art Defense with Crystal Edge. Crystal Edge is a neat one in that it's a line, it's just kind of narrow. The important healing ones, this makes you more durable in the process. Bigger heal, more durable. Also cures burn, that's kind of new I think. Curia gets rid of your status effects, gives you 40 EP. The only way to increase EP is by unlocking slots in your orbment. Thelos is your revival spell. This one's decent. Mute 2. I use this on Laura, I think, because I liked the strength effect that went with it, and there's a chance you can mute the enemies, but usually this is better as freeze. Then the super rares. Fire is all about attack. So if you notice, these give bigger strength bonuses. In the past, they usually actually give defense penalties, while Earth would be like an attack penalty, Water would be a art or art defense penalty. Forte is your steroid thing. It's just because of the delay, I prefer using crafts to get my strength buffs rather than this. Venom Flame can actually poison. Burn is generally a nasty status effect, so it's really nice to get that. Problem is, here we have the seal one instead. I don't really like this one. So they're giving the art bonus to wind. In previous Trails games, wind was like the suckiest element of the bunch, so they're probably trying to buff it some. They usually give you speed, that's what's nice about them. This has a chance to blind enemies. It's kind of meh still, but due to the way Kurt works, I'm probably going to need to use this. Breath super rare, gives you 4 speed. Time element lives up to its name, it's always about speed. As far as I know, there's never been any exception to this. Sometimes it'll impede as a bonus, but it's always speed. So if you can get the Soul Blur, you get this bonus speed. The Chrono Drive. I used this quite a bit in the Crossbell games. It was a lot more powerful there, especially Chrono Break. So this is actually a delay spell. There used to be a thing that was it's a delay and speed debuff. When you have the ability to inflict delay regularly on your opponents, like Green could in Cold Steel 1 and 2, Fee could do it. In the Crossbell games, Randy just abused this to no end, man. I'd have Lloyd cast this while Randy provided the beatdown, and stuff died, especially stuff that should not have died. I think I even used this against the game's Super Boss in Zero. Oh well. So those always give you speed. This one didn't always have a particular element attached to it, it's just... it seems like it has a nice mix of stuff. Very offensive focus though, so I assume... it's Mirage will have the defensive components instead, while this one, Space, is offensive. Your bread and butter spell was usually... it's not here. I don't know, maybe this one actually pulls them in. Like, Space was all about clustering enemies, and then when they were clustered, you could put down a serious beatdown with your other stuff. And here you can see it's actually magic focused. So, Silverthorn was always expensive, which is why I didn't really like using it. Analyze, bleh. Like, I'll give this to any sort of caster just to give them the 5 art power, but as soon as I get something better, it's going out the window. Saintly Force, this gets rid of the debuffs, the stat ones, while Curia is about status effects, just in case you're wondering about the difference between the two.
Thanks.
Hold on, we can't do the weapon
thanks.
thing yet, can we?
I'll help.
Shop-wise, so she does, well, some stores sell Master Quartz, she does not. So here we have the Zeiss Central Factory goggles, gives you crit rate, we'll not be using those.
Thanks. Yes.
So this is interesting. Normally this was Petrify, like this one. Actually, I really like the Petrify, but it's really expensive. So I'm definitely going to make this one to give to someone. So I'm just going to skip tier for Tira. It's going to be more expensive in terms of EP, but hopefully it'll be worth it. HP 1, I think we have HP 2 that we can pass around. Freeze is a really sweet one. When an enemy is frozen, they can't attack, and they take damage on their turn, so... this was really, really abused by Laura in the Cold Steel games. Spirit Breaker, bleh. Burn was the fun one. I believe Burn does more damage than Poison. I don't remember what Poison does, if it lowers defense 2 or something like that. The one I want to see is over here. So evade, always nice. Move, kind of lame. This gives you sleep. So yeah, I'm probably going to be using this on Kurt instead of blind. Leg breaker, kind of chance to cause move down. Oh man, I can't get soul blur. Action is always a great one just because of the speed bonus it gives you. Cast is kind of niche. Sometimes spellcasters can use it, but sometimes they can't. This can be decent later on in the game when you actually can cut stuff. Like early in the game, this will save you 1 EP. That's not going to make a difference. So they put impede here. This used to be a time course, but they moved it to space for some reason. Chance to feint enemies. This leaves them unable to attack. I don't know if any move on them is a guaranteed counterattack or not. And then this was always a great one to give to your casters. And if they were forced into using Mirage for some reason, Confuse was their go-to stats effect. How do I open these? Oh, right here.
Thanks!
So that's my explanation on the magic system. Yes, Instructor Reen. Thanks. The way she acts reminds me of George. Looks like only the bare minimum of preparations have been completed. Enough time has been wasted on useless talk. Get back to maintenance work, disciple candidate. Yes, goodbye now. Goodbye. And then, I think you can sometimes trade these in anyway, so you have multiple ways to get rid of old ones. Professor A. Russell, like Professor Schmidt, is one of Professor Epstein's 3 disciples. I'd heard the name before, but she's his granddaughter, huh? Professor Schmidt's disciple candidate, huh? She's gonna have a hard time. Anyway, we have 4 of the latest Panzer Soldat models here. While I'm here, I better go talk to Valimar. And then some trivia for you guys. There's the open slot thing. I'll explain that on the freaking menu. New materials customization, I showed that already. You can do that for weapons too, and some of the weapons they can make are extremely broken. So just a heads up. Trade Sepith Mass to get money. In previous games, you'd sell the Sepith themselves, but in the Cold Steel series, they wanted you to do the other thing, just because you really needed that Sepith on account of the large cast. And they tell you can trade the Sepith too, but it's not a good idea to do it. Mass is purely for Mira, so go for those. Guess it's about time to leave campus. If I've got nothing else to do, I suppose I could head back to the dorm. Once you finish the after-school patrols, you can return to the dorm from the main gate. Tita has been entered to the database. So, a little trivia. If you don't recognize what Panzer Soldat means,
Yes!
Panzer is the German word for... Here's the exchange stuff. For panther, and then Soldat is the French word for soldier.
Thanks! Yes!
So... the hell? So is he time-gated like Joshua? Looks like it. Yeah, his stuff is so damn expensive to open. It's usually not that expensive. Holy crap. Yuna is space-gated. Here she's earth-gated. Jeez. Kurt is wind, and he also has a water one. And Altina is mirage and time. Jeez. Then you can see, as you open the slots, the EP you get will increase. They show you EP plus 60, so this slot is worth 60. This one's going to be more expensive, so it's worth 70. This one's worth 80, and then you can open each slot twice, usually. The various covers you can get. That sucks.
Thanks!
Valimar. Reen. Our class is done for the day. Somehow. My students will have their quirks, but I guess that just makes teaching them all the more fun. I'm glad to hear it, but please be sure you're able to rest. You'll be a waste if you push yourself to the point of exhaustion. Got it, I'll be sure to get some rest in. Thanks, Valimar. By the way, Meister candidate Tita is overworking herself. For some time now, she's been handling all the maintenance around here herself. She's likely to exhaust herself if she continues like this. It'd be nice to have another Meister candidate to help her out. I see, I'll keep that in mind. So I'm kind of wondering if we're able to buy parts and customize these. The game that I'm going to be comparing this to regardless is going to be Xenosaga Episode 3. If you're not familiar with that one, that has the best mech combat out of any RPG I've played. Just the way you can customize the mechs, the way they fight, it was freaking amazing and so ahead of its time. Nothing has lived up to it since. I don't know where the dorms are. Anything over here? Like, there used to be ponds where you can fish. I don't know if this is one of them. Identify yourself. What fresh lush grass? Such soft, fertile soil. The wonderful bounties one can find in this land called Leaves. This guy's from combat tactics. He seems quite odd.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you!
If it isn't Instructor Schwarzer, are you perhaps also looking for ingredients? Ingredients? I suppose the wild grass that grows here is technically edible. You're pretty knowledgeable. Not really. That's just something Master taught me during mountaineer training. He's talking about Yun Cafe there, the master of the 8 Leaves School. He's the teacher of both Arios and Cassius. Hold on, I get the feeling we've got some big juicy locusts buzzing around here. Let me just come right out and say it. How do you feel about eating insects, Instructor Rain? I'll whip some up for you next time, my treat. You just gotta try them at least once. Eating insects? Master once told me that some people eat simmered locusts, but guess I just can't turn down a student. Yeah, sure, next time I get a chance. Brilliant, you won't regret it. These look like grave plots. Well, they're a little longer this way. From here, they... yeah. Trying to see if there are any fish in here. The ponds were your makeup mechanic. In order to get any fish you didn't fish out during the quest. Fishing is usually necessary. Unfortunately, this is something that started in 0, I believe, where there's usually a major side quest behind it. In 0, it was in order to get all of these Zodiac quartz. I'm trying to remember if it was Cancer or Pisces or Aquarius, one of those 3. You had to fish every fish out, and then you get it from the Fisherman Guild. Let's see, in Cold Steel 1 and 2, I believe there was a Master Quartz you got from doing it, and I don't know if there was anything in Azure. I haven't gotten around to playing that yet. It's almost time to leave campus. I was able to talk with all the students, so maybe I'll head back to the dorm now. Yeah, I don't think I really missed anyone. There'll probably be a chance later.
Well, well, if it ain't Instructor Schwarzer.
Who's asking?
He's from combat tactics.
Seeing you work so hard's really inspirational, you know? Ash Carbide. I'm in Class 8, Combat Tactics. Looked like you were really going out of your way to help all us students. You're just a stand-up guy, ain't you? Guess I should have expected that from you. After all, you are a national hero, Ashen Chevalier.
I'm just a new instructor who's fresh out of school himself. I've heard about you from Instructor Randolph. Sounds like you've got some pretty impressive skills. It's good to meet you, Ash. I'm sure I'll see you in some of my classes and during training exercises.
Yeah, sure thing. By the way, there's something I've always wanted to ask you. How's it feel, flying around in your big gray doll, being the government's lapdog?
Pardon me.
One of the girls from military finance.
Her again.
Hello, Ash from Class 8. Instructor Reen. You two seem to be having so much fun chatting, I couldn't help wanting to join in.
I was just about to leave. I'm looking forward to Panzer Soldat training next week. How about you?
What does he mean by that?
Oh dear. Did I interrupt something?
Oh, no, not at all. you're from military finance, right?
That's right. I'm Muse Egret from Class 9. Do you remember me? I'm in your 4th period history lessons.
Yeah, I remember. I've heard about you from Instructor Toa, too. We're not that far into the school year, but it's already clear you're an outstanding student.
You're making me blush. To tell the truth, I've heard rumors about you as well, Instructor. I've always thought it would make me so happy if I could get to know you better.
I see. Well, I'd recommend taking those rumors with a grain of salt.
Oh, I don't mean all that gossip about the Ashen Chevalier. The rumors I've heard are about the old Class 7, your sister, and even the princess.
What?
Well, I should be going now. Good day, Instructorine. I hope we have a lovely school year together.
So real quick, hopefully you can understand why people draw a lot of parallels between Ash and Crow. Ash Carbide from Combat Tactics and Muse Egret from Military Finance. Between those two in Class 7 is going to be quite a year. So in the previous games, the dorm was like just Class 7. How does it work here? Oh god, it's that building, isn't it? Oh man. We're 2 weeks in now. History and combat training classes have been going well. But next week we have Panzer Soldat training and the special lessons. I should be all set for today, but I'd better go over everything again tomorrow just in case. Those three are probably back at the dorm by now. Couldn't get their notebooks to them at school, so I should at least try and hand them over by the end of the day. I should also help out any students struggling to find a club. Deepening your bonds with other faculty members can increase the branch campus's enhancement rating. In fact, there are hidden events this very evening that will increase the enhancement rating. Dorm bathhouse events, faculty quests. Your academy grade will increase next time you report a quest to get valuable items. Oh god, this is replacing the AP, DP, BP thing, isn't it? Randall's room. I shouldn't go in there without permission. This is Major Michael's room. He's always so busy, I probably shouldn't bother him at night. This appears to be a vacant room, so we're gonna have a teacher join us later, apparently. Vacant. Toa. You can actually barge in without knocking. Good evening, Rain. Patrolling the dorms, I take it? More or less. I didn't mean to intrude, sorry. Not at all, I'm glad to have your company. Feelings mutual. That reminds me, do you have any plans tomorrow, Toa? In the afternoon, I'll probably be in the Academy's medical office. On the off chance something happens to one of the students, I want to be on standby. That's really considerate of you, but I'm happy to fill in for you if you want to. Absolutely not, I've got it covered. Besides, Rain, you've been on your feet for the past 2 weeks. If you're not working on campus, you're patrolling the dorms. Take some time to yourself, relax a little. Maybe finally check out Leaves. I guess I can't argue with that. The town is still pretty much a mystery to me. Sounds like your plans for tomorrow are all sorted out. Still, if you need me tomorrow, you can find me holding down the fort in the medical office. You bet, Toa, and thanks for always looking out for me. vacant room. Wow, must be a lot of teachers that join. Either that, it's where all Class 7's gonna hold up. This is Principal Le Guin's room. I talked to her after school, so there's no need to pester her now. Schwarzer, is that you? If you're just going to stand there, you might as well come in. You got me. Suppose it's no use trying to hide from the Golden Rakshasa. Wow, it's much bigger in here than the other rooms. Though considering this is a countess's room, I'm actually a little surprised how Spartan it is in here. A noble of Erebonia should be stalwart and vigilant. Any more luxury than this, and I'd go soft. In fact, it's my opinion that the main campus dorms are a bit too luxurious. Though I hear they're reviewing how they sort out the dormitories over there. I've heard that too. Principal, are you? Yes, I suppose I never told you, but I too am a graduate from Thors' main campus, so that makes us fellow alumni. Seriously? So many big names graduate from Thors. Major Claire, Prince Olivert, and even him. Seeing as you're my dear little junior alumnus, feel free to come visit me at any time. Thanks. I'm trying to zoom in on those. I can't see if there's actually any text. Just makeup and crap. To be honest, I'm a graduate like you. Okay, so that's not actually from his room, it's from the floor below. It seems like most people already decided on a club. I have a few ideas myself. We're still looking for more members. I can always help you out if you like. Thank you. But I still have tomorrow, so I'll try to handle it on my own. That's admirable of you. Let's start over here and work our way over. This is Yuna and Altina's room. Guess this is okay. Hope they aren't too lonely without me. Yuna, Altina, you in? Huh? Be right there. Altina's not here. I wanted to talk to both of you. She went off downstairs earlier. Do you need something? Right, I need to give you this. Reen handed Yuna her student notebook. Oh yeah, I heard we'd be getting ours late. But could you have just given them to us tomorrow at school? I mean, isn't it kind of sleazy for a male teacher to be dropping in on his female student's room in the middle of the night? Well, I figure since tomorrow's a free day, it would be better for you all to get these today, but when you put it like that, maybe I should have waited. Were you in the middle of writing something? Sorry to interrupt. How did you... I was just going over my notes from today. I'm not going to lose to some Erebonian when it comes to studying. Well, I'm glad to see you're so serious about school. I'm sure tomorrow will be busy for you, but be sure to give it everything you've got. I don't need a reminder. I give everything my all. Did you need me to give Altina her notebook too? No, that's okay. This is my job. I'll go give it to her myself. Thanks and sorry to disturb you. Good night, Yuna. Thanks for taking the time to bring it to me. See you tomorrow. Oh? She's actually very considerate. Looks like I've got Kurt and Altina left. Since Altina's on the first floor, maybe I'll go see Kurt first. Muse and Tita's room. From military finance. These are 3 classes, a unique set of students. Luis and Jessica's room. Haven't gotten to know anyone outside of Class 7 yet. They shouldn't just show up out of the blue. Leonora and Maya's room. That's the study room. It's Wayne and Stark's room. You can hear video games from inside. This is Kurt's room. I think he's rooming with a kid from Class 8. Come in just a sec. Instructor Schwarzer. You're Sydney, right? Is Kurt in? Yeah, he just got back a few minutes ago. Hey, sport, you got a guest. How about we don't make that my nickname? I'm coming. It's rather late. Did you need something? Actually, you're the one who needs something. I wanted to make sure you got this by the end of the day. Green handed Kurt his student notebook. Yes, I remember hearing Class 7 student notebooks were late. Thank you very much, but I have to wonder, why did you give it to us while we were still on campus? Sorry, I had some trouble finding the time earlier. But did you get back just now? Were you trained the whole time? It's great you're such a hard worker, but be sure not to overexert yourself. No need to worry, I know my limits. If anyone needs that advice, it's you, instructor. I understand you're busy, but you'd be well served taking some time to hone your 8 leaves 1 blade techniques. Thanks for the advice. You're absolutely right, I do need to make some time for it. Sorry to bother you so late. I hope your free day tomorrow treats you well. Yes, good night. Anyway, Altina's the last one. She should be on the first floor, but I suppose I'll go look for her. It's Ash and Gustav's room. Ash seems like he'll be a handful. I shouldn't let it worry me too much. Pablo, Kyrie, and Freddy's room. Just making sure there wasn't anything hidden over there. Any felines for us to feed this game? Bathroom. This is where the men's bath is. Pretty spacious considering it's split between boys and girls. Got some time now, so maybe I'll wash up a bit. Man, this is pretty luxurious. I guess this is just heated well water, as opposed to the natural hot springs in Ymir. Even so, I never would have guessed the dorm would have such a nice bath. Agreed. Instructor Randolph. Hey, Schwarzer, hope I'm not bothering you. It's no problem. Wow, he's pretty well built. Man, brand new spanking campus, new dorm, brand spanking new campus, dorms in a mansion, fancy baths. Erebonia is one ritzy place for sure. Well, I think the branch campus here is a bit of an exception. Not even the main campus had a bath like this, when I was a student anyway. I did hear they made some modifications this year. Oh? Looks like you really work out, but what's the story with that big scar on your chest? Right. I actually don't even know when I got it. It's been there as long as I can remember. Doesn't hurt or anything either. Oh yeah? Guess I shouldn't talk about other people's scars when I got plenty of my own. Now that you mention it. You do have quite a few scars, don't you? Not to mention a really nice build. Well, I am an ex-Jaeger. Those things kind of come with a backstory. My bad, I gotta watch my manners. But you know about my past anyway, don't you? Yeah, I won't deny it. I got some basic info from the intelligence division, so I don't know the little details, but that's so. Well, I shouldn't be in here too long. I think I'll head out now. Me too. That felt good. Schwarzer, here, it's on me. Receive coffee milk. Oh? Nice and cold, ain't it? I had it in the fridge. This is my way of saying sorry for my bad manners earlier. Got it, thanks. Well then, see ya. So you get 100 CP, you can bathe once a night and during the day on a free day. When bathing, something will occur between Rena and another character. This is the women's bath. Step foot in there would be to forfeit my life. Bathing feels so nice. Are you bathing soon, Instructor Randolph? Instructor Randolph? You're not? You're Instructor Reen. Don't scare me like that. It's scary that you mistook me for Instructor Randolph. Don't you usually wear glasses? I try to keep them off when I'm not at school. It's fun not seeing things too clearly sometimes. Aren't you like that too? Well, my situation is a little different. Anyway, can you see without your glasses? Of course. I haven't mistaken an object for a person yet. That's hard to believe. Let's leave Miss Magoo here and be on our way. Is this the training room? I heard I can become manlier by studying Eastern culture. To be honest, I'm kind of skeptical, but I just have to give it a shot. Alright, I'm going to train my muscles hard today. But I do have swimming club tomorrow, so I shouldn't train too hard. Is that Kyrie from military finance over there? Is he interested in weight training too? Dining room. Does the plan sound okay to you, Maya? Yeah, I've got no problems with it. See you tomorrow. Yes, I look forward to it. Wonder what they're meeting about. Instructor Reen? Eavesdropping? Oh, you're so naughty. Sorry, I didn't mean to. You were talking about your club, right? How's that going? Very well, all thanks to your tender, loving care, Instructor Reen. Well, I didn't help out quite that much. Talking to her always throws me for a loop. So was she actually in the school somewhere that I could have spoken to her? A free day in club activities. Tomorrow's going to be a good day. Storeroom. What have we here? This is going to be so fun, Tina. I agree. Have you two figured out your club? Yep, we decided to form a cooking club together. Cooking club, huh? The same club Nicholas, Margarita, and Milliam were part of back in the day. Now that I think about it, you two are the ones who always volunteer to buy the food, huh? I guess cooking club would be a good fit for you. What got you interested in cooking? Well, my family owns a tavern, so I grew up with cooking. My parents were off traveling a lot when I was younger, so I cooked for myself a lot. I get the feeling that's not the whole story, Tita. Seems to me there's a special someone you want to cook for. Sandy, I mean, why would you think that? Well, I'm sure you'll have a good time together. I'm glad you were able to decide on a club. I'll be looking forward to seeing what you make. Stop by sometime and we'll be happy to share. Yeah, we'll do our best. Sandy's cooking is really good and there's a sense of warmth that comes with it. I've got a lot to learn. I cook often as it is, but I'll need to really challenge myself if I'm going to make it a club. North Ambrian food, Eastern food, Nord food, I want to try them all. Need to ask Tita about Liberlian food. Okay, there's Altina. Didn't think it'd be this hard to gather people for the train club. Who else out of the lads can I ask? Try Kyrie. Sup, Mr. Hero? What's that magazine you've got there? Wait a second, is this? Full of a bunch of babes in swimsuits. You got a problem with that? Well, no, I'm not gonna say you can't read those, but why don't you do it in your own room? I see. Can't go around scarring all the poor little kiddos, is that it? You're a real gentleman, Mr. Chevalier. Sheesh. Anyway, have you decided on a club yet? Nah, I'll get around to it later. Don't worry, no way am I gonna be stuck on the student council. Gonna hit the hay now, night. Yeah, don't stay up too late. So right there he's reading something from Randy's collection, I imagine? You finally decided something? Yes, we're going to try it out tomorrow and see how it goes. How's your club coming? From the sound of it, you found a few members. Yep, sure did. Hey again, Instructor Reen. Sorry to interrupt, but it seems like you both were able to decide on a club, huh? Yes, we were. We're going to be starting tomorrow. Want to come watch? Sure thing, if I have some time, I'll stop by. I'm sure your experiences in your clubs will end up being an important part of your school life. So make sure you get plenty of rest for tomorrow. You got it? Understood. Real quick. Don't worry, I'll figure out my club later. Gotta hit the hay now, night. He can start an Archon CL fan club, right? They need one of those in every school. Phew. So that's where you've been. Instructor Reen, do you need something? Yep, I need to give you this. Reen handed Altina her student notebook. Student notebook received. There are many blank pages. What is their purpose? You can use those pages however you like. For notes in class, your club schedules, even as a diary. Whatever you decide works best for you. What I decide is best for me. Are you alright? I'm just a little tired. I wasn't aware educational institutions required so many decisions to be made on a daily basis. I'm starting to think I had an easier time back when I only went on missions. Is that so? Like I said, after school, if you need some help deciding your club, let me know. I'll be there to back you up so you can make your own decision. You can make your decision at your own pace. At my own pace. I'll try. That takes care of all the student notebooks. Should head back to my room before it gets too late. So, just from the size of the dorms alone, I'm a little nervous about how big the city outside's going to be. Is this Reen's? No, it's vacant. This is his. Who's... Oh, Randy. Well, I'm all washed up and cozy now. Guess it's about time to hit the hay. Then again, tomorrow's a free day. Pulling up an all-nighter once in a while won't kill me. I don't know, it might. You want to take the chance? Now the notebooks are all passed out, I'm done with work for the day. Should head back to my room and rest. This ringtone. I haven't heard this before. This isn't the usual incoming call screen. Is someone sending me a file over the orbital network? This screen is... Round of 7?
Hello, Reen? Can you hear me?
Elliot?
Oh, it worked! The connection went through! Just a sec. Let me turn the video on.
It is you.
Long time no see, Reen. Well, I guess it's only been a month since we last talked. But it's been 4 whole months since I've seen your face.
Has it really been that long? Wait, before all that, what's going on with my Arcus?
This was Prince Oliver's doing. He gave you your Arcus too, right? The special program we're using right now is called an app.
An app? Can you see my face too?
Yep, crystal clear. Did you get taller again? Your birthday's coming up soon, right?
Yeah, next month.
Congratulations on graduating, Reen. From the sound of it, there were a few issues, but I guess everything's all right now.
Thankfully. You graduated from your music academy just last month too, right? Are you off on your debut tour now?
Yeah, I started earlier this month. I was hoping I'd be able to see you in person. Along with Machias, of course.
He told me his on-site job training at the Government Accountability Inspectorate... The what? Started right after his graduation. Quite a place to start working in.
I can definitely see him going there. But it's like he's putting himself in a position to go up against his dad. I'm a little worried.
I'm sure he'll be fine. I just hope he doesn't wear himself out chasing down just injustice. Man, I'd like to catch up like this with everyone else too. Preferably in person so we can fulfill our promise.
Oh! You remembered?
Of course I did. Not a day goes by where I don't think about it. Things are pretty hectic here at the branch campus, but sometimes it reminds me of when we were all together.
Well, it is a school. Toa's also an instructor, right? Anyone else I know working there?
Yeah, get this. The principal is...